In this video, we are going to learn about the data binding concept in Lightning Web Component, a way to access JavaScript controller properties in HTML template. You will learn, you will create, you will learn, and then you will create properties in JavaScript controller. You will learn how to refer or bind that property value in HTML, all such things. Let's learn this by creating a Lightning Web Component. So I'll go back to my VS Code. And so let me first create a Lightning Web Component. I'll open the command palette and I have an option to create a Lightning Web Component. Choose this one. Let me give a name to my Lightning Web Component. So data sharing is the name of the Lightning Web Component. And let's hit enter, and I want this to be stored inside Lightning Web Component folder. That's it, we are done. So if we go back to the Source Explorer, you can just see a new component bundle has been created, right? Let's bring HTML here and let's change the configuration file first. I want to first expose this Lightning Web Component, and also I want to set targets. So this will ensure my Lightning component used uh, in places which I define in this configuration file. In my case, I don't want to use this anywhere but in the home page. I'll just remove everything. Okay, so now when I deploy this component into my org, I can use this component only in the home page. So that is the configuration that I have done. Let me go back to HTML and then focus on our scenario. Yeah, I'll just right click and then split this to the right so that we can just do things in parallel. Yeah, good. So the very first thing is I want to, build a small lightning card first. I want to use a lightning card component. Yeah, and I'll give it a title. I'll just say this is data sharing. Yeah, and I do have a code snippet ready. What I'm gonna do is this is what I'm going to show on the screen. Okay, let's close this div. Okay, I'll explain this. Very simple. There is an image tag that I want to show, and then I want to show, you know, uh, a company name. I want to show the name of the person, basically a profile card. So I want to show an image of a user and the company that he works for, and then the name of the user. And then I just wanted to show, right, another information is a skill set, yeah, which technology he is good at. So, very simple profile card that I want to, build right here. And I want to bring data from the JavaScript controller. So what I'll do is I'll just say user image equal to, I do have random user URL. Just copy this and then put it right here. Now this is my first data in the JavaScript. And then I'll also say company name equal to, I'll just say Salesforce, and I want to have the name of the user stored in a variable, and the name of the user is, let's say, John Doe. And then I want another variable, class variable, with the name skill set. Is it architect? Yeah, that's it. So we have data now in our JavaScript controller file, right? How do we bring this data or bind this data, back in our HTML? That is our use case, right? So very simple to do it. What we can do is we can just simply copy the property name, yeah, and then use curly brace back in your HTML. Okay, that's the way how you can access your JavaScript properties back in your HTML. So just copy this one, and then let's go back right here. So I want to, I want the image to be or image tag to use this image source to use this particular URL, right? So you can just use a curly brace and then just drop the property name. That's it. So that is the one. And then I just wanted to use this company name right here. That's it. And I want to give username here. That's it. And then skill set, I want to use skill set right here in the badge. So the label, I'm not going to hard code. Let's do this. That's it. So this is how you can access JavaScript or properties created in JavaScript back in your HTML. Now let's deploy and then see what happens. So I just save this file. I'll save all the file, yes. And let's try to deploy this push. All right, I think our code has just been deployed. Let's go back and then add this component into our org and then see how this works. So I'm in the home page. So I'll just edit this one and let's see whether the component is appearing under custom components. Yes, we do see a lot of components. The one we just created is data sharing demo. Let me cross check. I think it's not appearing. Why? Let's cross check the meta XML. Yes, we expose this to true. Yes. All right. Let's refresh this page once. Let's click and then go to edit page. Okay. Let's search for data sharing. Oh, now it's there, right? Just drag and then drop it. Good. So this is cool. Let's try to save this file and then let's go back. Cool. Looks like the company name, the name of the user, and the lightning badge. It shows, a skill set architect is working, but looks like this is not working, right? That image. Let's cross check that. Let's cross check that. All right. This is my user image URL. What is wrong? Oh, looks like I didn't give the full URL. It has to be JPEG, right? JPG. Good. So now let's save this one and let's try to deploy the changes. Let's wait for the changes to deploy. All right, now the changes have been deployed. Let's go back to the page and let's refresh this all. Good. I think now you can see this image appearing, right? So we have Salesforce, John Doe, and Architect. So this is the fundamentals again, how you bind the data, JavaScript control from your JavaScript controller file to the HTML. And now comes the second question. So what we just discussed is option one. So in option one, we use curly brace, right? We use curly braces to access a property, isn't it? To access JS property in HTML. So that is option one. In option two, we can use your JavaScript getter. So it's like get property and then you write a code. So when do you use this, getter? For example, let's take this case. I'm showing company name and username, right? What if I want to show both the values, right, in uppercase? Yeah. So right now, it's not in uppercase. So automatically, right, I just wanted to ensure that this value is going to show in the uppercase. So how do we do it? So let's see how we can use our JavaScript getter to manipulate this property value before it is getting binded, right, to your HTML. Very, very simple to use it. All we have to do is we just have to use our JavaScript getter, syntax. So I'll just say get. I'm going to give a name to my property. I'll just say company name uppercase, and inside which what I can do is I can just say, I can simply say, yeah, I'll use a constant. I'll just say modified company uppercase is equal to. I'll access this property this dot company name dot to uppercase. That's it. Once this is done, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply return this value. That's all it is. Okay, so now we just manipulated this data, right? We just converted data to uppercase. So now whatever the value, right? It is, it will just get converted, into uppercase, and this is what is going to be returned back to the caller. So now, right here, what we can do is instead of just using this company name, what I can use is I can just use this getter property name back here. So I'll just copy this one, and then I'll just, use it right here. Okay, I'm going to do the same for username as well. Let's try this. So I'll just say username, user, and user uppercase. So this is my username. That's it, isn't it? Let's use username uppercase. I'll refer this or bind this back in our HTML. That's it. So we are done. Let's go back, save all. It's all saved. Let's try to push and see what happens. All right, now the code has just been deployed. Let's go back to the OR, and then let's try to refresh this page. As you can just see now, it's just, shows all in uppercase, right? So this is precisely what we wanted to do, right? So we just used option 2 where we used JavaScript getter to, to change the the property value before it is, displayed on the HTML, right? So these are the two ways in which you can able to bind the data. I think I given it's not data sharing, it is data binding. Perfect, yeah. So these are the two ways in which you can able to bind your JavaScript properties back in your HTML template. So option 1, use curly brace, and option 2, use JavaScript, getter. So the syntax is very simple. You use, get and then property name followed by your own logic. So finally you just return the modified value which you can refer back in your HTML template. I hope this helps. Thank you.